Y'all, I'm really bad at this.
What's amazing? I forgot to tell you the part where you add us back. I was like in the private chat, like, oh shit, and then also add us back after it starts. Okay, terrible coach.
So bad. Listen, it's the thought that counts. We just gotta try, man. Yeah, we just gotta try. Good morning. Yeah, we're a little late only because we were talking and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Gotta start. It's the way it goes.
Good morning. Have you had your coffee yet, Lisa?
No, it's sitting next to me. I'll have a sip right now.
I've had 2 cups already, and I kind of regret not making another one, but I did make me this, like, it looks gross, but it's just water with pineapple and, like, the mermaid water syrup stuff. Oh, it's so good.
That sounds incredible. Okay, wait, why do we not have all of the incredible syrups up here? I don't understand. There's just as much people up here want to drink sugar-free deliciousness as there is in the States. They freaking nixed all the sugar-free options pretty much from Starbucks. And then when we go to the States, Peggy gets real excited because we go through the drive-through coffee places in the States, and there's like 30 sugar-free flavors. And we're like, the world is your oyster, babe. You can have whatever
it is. Like my coffee shop, like Starbucks around here, only vanilla. Only vanilla is sugar-free. And I'm like,
yep, vanilla, and I think we can get cinnamon dolce, or unless they nix that too.
I don't know. Everywhere around here, it's like, and we only have vanilla. I was like, because y'all are lame. Because our Jet has like a ton. Like I will get like a Cloud 9, which is like white chocolate mocha, and I'll do like caramel and all kind. Like they have everything. Like the regular mochas. That's why I go there. That's why y'all always see me usually with a Jet coffee cup. They have all the sugar-free stuff. You know where I get my syrups though?
No.
I get them at TJ Maxx.
We don't have that up here.
Y'all don't have that up there?
No TJ Maxx, no Ross, no Target. Listen, this is the Great Wild North, okay? We've got...
I'm really upset about that for you because, like, I live there. I'm like, they were $4.
Oh my god! Oh, I love it. It's. that's what I was gonna say. Before I forget, Jet is the best name for a coffee place. Wait, Acadiana.
Acadiana. So that's So for those of you who don't know, like Acadiana is a very specific part of Louisiana. So yes, we have like a state flag. Most places have a state flag. In Acadiana, we have an Acadian flag. It's the Cajun flag.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so the area where we are is called Acadiana. So it kind of spans the central south area. But someone's like, not to be a creeper, but I'm an Acadiana as well. Jet's energy-free drinks are great. They are. They're amazing. Jet is the shit. I love them. Love them.
You talk about your waters and your coffees, and I get jealous. But we don't have any competition up here. I don't like. Okay, we have Tim Hortons, which is classic Canada, and then regular coffee. I think Tim Hortons is like Dunkin' Donuts. That's the kind of vibe.
I've heard about them. Yeah.
And then you've got Starbucks, and then you've got independent shops, which everybody has independent shops. But like, where is the good competing chains for like delicious coffees? Also, the waters that you get, I need to be able to get those up here.
We have all our little local places. We got this place called the Soda Pop Shop, and we will like travel because it's like on the other side of Lafayette. I say travel, whatever. Everywhere's traveling over here, but we'll go on the other side of town to go to Soda Pop Shop. Now you can do regular water, sparkling water, or sodas, and it's literally any flavor you want. They will.
Is it self-serve or do they do it for you?
They do it for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you like people, like I'm one of those people that if you give me too many choices, I'm gonna stand at the menu for a fucking hour.
Same. But you see, they only have like 5 sugar-free. So I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah.
See, and I can't drink, like I don't drink anything with carbonation. I don't like
You're getting flat.
And so I only drink it with water. So like I don't have that many options, so I'm okay. If I had to choose from everything, overwhelmed.
Too many choices. Yeah, I have issues when I have too many choices. Don't give me too many choices. It stresses me out. Like my favorite restaurant ever was a place in Seattle that's closed now because the chef that owned it, he retired. But it was the most amazing place. It was called Pasta Fresca. And the way it worked is you would walk in, they would seat you, and then he would basically come out to the table and sit down at your table and say, like, is there anything you can't eat? And if you say something like, I don't like mushrooms, he's like, I don't care. What can't you eat? Are you allergic to anything? Like, literally does not care. And then he leaves. And then servers come around and they just put stuff on your plates. And it might be like two people at your table get one thing, two people get something different. And they do like 5-6 courses. There's like a salad, there's like usually some kind of soup. There was all these different, it was an Italian place. So there was appetizers, pasta. And if you ask them what it is, this is your first surprise. This is your second surprise. They won't even fucking tell you what it's called, what it is. He would just play. It was the most incredible experience.
My God.
Yeah,
That sounds amazing.
I went there with a vegetarian friend once. She was vegetarian and she couldn't have dairy. And he flirted with her. It was wild. But he's like, you can't eat anything. And he was getting so frustrated. It was so funny. But he was like flirting with her and he brought her a bunch of wine and he made her like, so she didn't get as many courses, but he made her like a special like pasta thing with a bunch of veg and stuff in it and made that for her and brought it out to her. And just like, but it was like, we took the boys there like twice. And I remember the first time we took them, they kept coming with courses. And then somebody came back and they're like, she's like, well, did you get enough? And I remember Steve was like, well, I am a growing boy. So they just brought him out more helpings. It was the best place. It was the best place.
God, I love that.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so fun.
The only time I've ever had like kind of an experience like that was when we went out to New Orleans one weekend to our friend's parents' house, and they used to live out in Malaysia for years and years and years because her dad was in the oil field, so they were over there for a long time and like all around. And when they came back down, they found this like hole in the wall Indian place on like the outskirts of town, and we went, and I mean, like I swear to God, it felt like you had to go like in an alley behind. Okay,
those are the best places,
right? And so you get in there, it's just like old little place. There's nothing fancy. Huge table. Comes out, and they were like full family meal. We tried something of like, we tried, I swear, a little bit of everything. There was so much food on the table. It was like all the different dishes. So everyone got to try everything. I loved it. Was the best experience and the best food I've ever had.
Yeah.
I dream of that Indian food.
Like tasting menus are the best. Peggy and I we took the boys once to a place where it was a Thai place, and we got the tasting menu, and it was a woman chef, and like nobody had ever ordered it because it was really expensive, and we were celebrating something, and we're like, let's do this, it'd be so fun. So, and she's like, you do know it's like this much, and we're like, yeah. They're like per person. We're like, yeah, we know. Like, bring the food. We want to try stuff. So she got so excited that, normally you picture a tasting menu, it's going to be like 1 to 2 bites of everything, so you can try it all. Right. No. They just brought us full family-sized portions of every fucking thing on the menu. When I tell you, by the time like the third course, like, oh my God, it was incredible. And then we literally ate leftovers for like at least 5 days. I mean, the boys were growing boys. They ate a lot, but like, it was incredible. It was so fun. We got to try all these different things. And she was so excited that somebody just wanted to try all of her stuff that I think she just, I don't know if that's how it was supposed to be or if she was just excited, but like literally
really excited.
Huge portions. And we're like we were full by the salad course and we're like, we're screwed. So then we just like nibble.
Just bite.
We got pictures. We literally started, it was like daylight and we left it full dark because it took so long just to try. It was so fun, but ever since then, I'm like, oh, if I see a tasting menu, I want to do it. Not for the amount, but for the variety.
Yes.
I love variety. Yeah.
Barb clocked that Minerva back there was drunk and fallen.
Did you name your?
No, that's Professor McGonagall.
Oh, Minerva McGonagall. Okay, I thought you were talking about the thing you just moved. And I'm like,
Oh
you
no.
named your device. Oh, that's cool though. I mean, like, I'm down. It's fine. Like, I'm here for it. But I might have to turn these lights off behind me because they are kind of annoying me.
Okay. Oh my God. Hi guys. We're supposed to be doing a VR today.
Oh yeah.
It's 10 minutes in and we've been talking about food. So welcome.
We're just chit-chatting. I gotta find my remote for the lights.
I was like, your remote has lights is what I was going to say.
I mean,
when I meant that your light has a remote.
Sarah, I feel like a normal human. No, it was just very glowy. I was like, okay, something's happening back there. It's not okay. It's too glowy.
Mine are plugged in. Mine are LEDs. Are yours LED?
It's like fairy lights, and they're in front of a curtain, and we kind of hung it all. And yeah, it's got this like tiny little remote, so I can make it blinky, or I never do. It was blinky at Christmas maybe, but
ouch. Mine are LED, but I think mine are like the outdoor kind, so they're really soft and glowy. Like they don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's also the camera because I'm using my laptop's built in because the other one has focus issues, so I've stopped using it pretty much. But it tries to fix things, and so it does weird shit to the lighting. Yeah.
See, that's what my Logitech does. It just wants to overcompensate, like so much to the point that I have to change when I use it, I have to change the color so that it will look normal. It's terrible.
I'm just real quick. We're a little warm over here. It's fine. It's fine.
Marlena says, "Oh, it's a VR." I was happy to talk food.
I mean, this is what we do here. We just hang out.
I mean,
we hang out and maybe we get to the point, maybe we don't, and that's how Glitter and Gators is going to be forever.
It will be, because the thing is like we were even thinking, we're like, we just want something kind of easy this week. We both had like just wild week this week, and just like all the things, and so
I know had like the shittiest week.
So I was like, yeah, let's definitely do something just kind of simple. And so we were like, let's pick decks and show decks and have fun. We don't really have to think much about it. We can just do some fun stuff. So that's what we did. So, but then we started and we're like, hey, let's just talk right now.
It's partly fueled by the fact that we're chit-chatting usually right before. So then when we go on, we're just like, let's just continue the conversation. It's fine. We're just chatting while y'all watch. That's what's happening. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I made that share.
Yeah, that's a good color on you, by the way.
Thank you. For those of y'all who don't know what that says, it says kanai.
And tell us what it means again.
And that means mischievous.
Mischievous, yeah. Which is perfect for you.
Yeah, I love it.
Perfect for you. I didn't pull the prompts up. Do you have the prompts up somewhere? I can pull them up.
I do. Guess what? I made banners beforehand because I'm a boss.
Oh, that's some amazing preparation. I don't think I've ever fucking done that.
Boom!
Look at you.
Well, it's because I was in here procrastinating about some of the decks that I was trying to pick. And so I was like, hey, I wonder if I could like copy and paste. That way we don't have to hunt for it.
Smart. So smart.
Boom.
Look at that. Now you can just relax and like we can talk decks and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And you guys, I did post underneath to Tarot Magpie's video, and you can click that and see the prompts there too. That's all underneath theirs. I know, so right? So professional. That's about as professional as it gets, babe.
Yeah, this is tarot romance tropes. So I guess the idea is like these are romance novel tropes. But in decks, which is hilarious because I've read like only a handful. Well, I don't know if that's true. You read a lot of romance, right? I've read.
I don't. No? I don't actually read a whole lot of romance. I read some of the like dark romance, but it's not it's not something where I know like there's so many different tropes and there's so many different like mafia with this and this, and then like you know. I don't even know. I watch the TikToks, right?
Yeah, like and I was first exposed to the idea of what was that phrase? Reverse harem. I just
reverse harem
in the last like year.
I had to Google it. I was like, I
Oh,
think
feel
I
so much
know what
better
it
now.
means, but like I want to make sure I know what it means.
Am I interpreting this correctly? Yeah,
Yeah,
that seems to be a
because
popular one right now. There was no reverse harem on the list, so I was very disappointed. I was like, whoever did this left out the only one I know, okay? Damn it.
oh my god,
What
it's
were
just like
you
all the other
like?
ones, like the mysteries. Because I'm into like I like mysteries, thrillers, horrors, but there's also like
Yeah.
cozy mystery and
Oh,
cozy
okay.
this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they get very like niche, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm kind of a little bit out of my depths, but they all made sense. So this first one, enemies to lovers, that makes sense to me, right?
That makes sense. Yeah. Most,
Yeah.
and I like the way that everything was kind of described because some of it I probably wouldn't have put together, you know, like some of it. But yeah,
Thank
enemies
you.
to lovers. So a deck, a style, or a system that you insisted just wasn't for you until you realized it was.
Okay, quick. Did you go with deck or system?
I went with deck and slash system.
Ooh, okay, you go first now. I'm super curious. Okay, show us. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That
I
makes so
picked
much.
the Hieronymus Bosch because I saw this on Kickstarter. I was going to back it and I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. I don't want that system. I don't want it. I don't like it. It doesn't make sense. No.
it was weird. It
It
Yeah,
was weird.
hard no for me.
And so then I got it in because I
And
saw it on Amazon. Yeah, because I thought it was a different. It's same. But then I used it, and it was just straight fun. Like it doesn't have minor arcana at all. Nope. No minor arcana. We do have our majors, but then we have the Knight of Berries, which is dissatisfaction or a talented person. We have the Dreamer, which is sleep, dreams, visions, inspiration.
I love that there's keywords on all the cards. That really makes such a difference. Is that guy cuddling with a spider? Was he was he
It looked like it looks like a frog to me.
Okay, whatever it is, it's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it is.
All right, okay.
But yeah, like I was like, no way, no. But honestly, this feels more like just because it has aces and then sins, court cards, and just like a ton of stuff. I don't know. It's a weird system, but using this, I feel like the system doesn't even matter. You shuffle that, you pull your deck, boom, done.
Yeah, you're good.
And I use it, yeah, I use it more like an oracle because like that's what makes sense in my head. And so I love the art. That's why I wanted it so bad because I love Bosch. But I was like, no. And then I was like, yes.
Yeah, actually. Vintage Moon says you want to sell your indie Bosch because it doesn't have keywords. So the indie one doesn't have keywords like the mass market. Oh.
Oh.
See, sometimes mass market does something different or better. It does, it's a thing.
See, that's why maybe that's why I also didn't realize that it was that it was the same deck because I saw the way it was written. You know what I mean? Now that I'm trying to
if you saw it with keywords and you're like, well, the Indian one didn't have that. That would make sense. Totally. The box is really cool. The way they designed it to come out.
so cool. Yeah, because it goes with like it's all with the book. Hold on, let me put it back. This is Travis McHenry that did this.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
So it's like, yeah, it is. They really did a great job with this.
Yeah, it looks good.
So
Fun. I didn't want to pick Deviant Moon because that would have been so predictable. And that's the one that was like my classic story of that. But I did pick Pip decks. This is the Penelope's. This is now mass market as Valuria's tarot. But for a long time I thought I did not like Pip decks at all. And this is this is like hybridy, right? But this is one of
Right.
probably my favorite pip deck, which is why I picked it. But I didn't think pips were for me. But the funny thing about that is that once I started working with them, now they're indispensable. That's why it's like totally enemies to lovers for me, because now if I don't have a pip deck in rotation when I'm reading for other people, I'm missing something. I like need a pip
Yeah.
deck. I need like an RWS or RWS clone in my arsenal, usually a clone. But pip decks, because for whatever reason, they usually they help me tap into a more neutral energy. I'm not as swayed by the imagery, so I can get a cleaner interpretation on certain questions. That's really helpful. So
Yeah.
yeah, I tend to reach for these kinds of decks when I am answering financial questions or like businessy questions. Sometimes same thing with RWS. It just kind of depends between the two on vibe. This is probably, like I said, a really bad example because these are pips kind of with some feeling. Like this is actually more illustrated or scenic, but
Right.
but like there's a lot that are just kind of more pippish. So now, though, I will always pull out a pip style deck into my rotation when I read. I just like that neutrality. I like that, like, it gets me out of, because I so automatically look into the pictures for like what's happening between characters. Cards that are emptier of characters help me get away from that and then focus on
Mhm.
a more rote meaning. They help me tap into rote meanings, which is better in some circumstances, I find,
I
when
agree.
I lack a bias. Yeah. So
Yeah.
pip decks in general, I just decided to show this one. Another favorite is Fortuna Tarot by Studio Artemy. That one's beautiful, and the pips are so sparkly because they're all holographic
Oh. And you
foil.
see, my favorite pip is probably the mystical creatures, the Baba
Oh,
Studios.
that's
That's
so
that's one
beautiful.
of my favorites. I
That was
love a hybrid deck though. I love a
Mhm.
hybrid when it comes to like pip, like if it's done correctly. Like I like pips that have that je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean? Like
Personality.
that
Pers-
personality to it. But
yeah.
I do love a pip. I think you're absolutely right, especially when you need a clear cut. You don't. I find, how do I describe it? And like I think we've talked about talking like intuition and all that stuff, and like this does kind of flow into that in my brain because
Yeah.
it's like there are certain things where you want a broader scope, and
Yeah.
for that I always go to tarot because I
Yeah.
feel like it's a good way to feel the energy, have a guidance with the energy, have a conversation.
Yep.
Then you want to get a little more specific. I feel like I got to go pip or pip-ish because then it kind
Mhm.
of takes that a little further out and you're like, no, this is like more pinpointed, more
Yeah.
clear. And then if
Yep.
you want rock solid, like again, you go back a little more rock solid, I go to Lenormand. And
Yeah.
if I want the truth, I'm gonna go to playing cards. You know
Playing
what I mean?
cards.
Again,
Yeah.
pull back, pull back, pull back,
Pull
base.
back. Yes.
So
That
I
totally
agree
makes
with
sense
that
to me.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because when I read with pip decks, or when I read specifically with Marseille, which is kind of a whole other rabbit hole, but when I read specifically with Marseille, I really look at I'm I was gonna say like trained. That doesn't make any sense. I wasn't trained, but like I guess I taught myself to sort of look at different things. When I'm looking at pictorial cards, I look at certain things. I look at, it's more of a story. But when I
Yes.
look at Marseille decks, I'm looking at positionality. I'm looking at elemental balance much more strongly. I'm looking at who's facing who, if there's face cards.
Cross.
Like,
I pay attention if things are crossing at a certain
yes,
point.
yep,
Yes.
like where there's blockages, where things are open.
Mhm.
Like, it just takes you in a different direction, and it really opens up a different way of reading for me. It helps me tap into a different way of reading. So it's
And I
totally,
love that
yeah,
because like with playing cards, I talk about that a lot where it's like look at the card, look at where it's positioned. You can see the block. You
yeah,
can see it.
yep,
You know what I mean? Like it might be so simple, but you're missing those simple clues.
yes.
You know, and it's like I feel like once you learn how to look like that, then it brings a whole different meaning to it, you know? So yeah,
Totally.
I love that. That was great.
Mhm. Yep, yep.
Let's go on to number dose. Okay, friends
Friends
to
to lovers.
lovers. Okay, deck you used to like well enough, and then one reading deepened or changed your relationship with it. So I grabbed
I
this
forget to
one
grab this one.
because, huh?
I might have forgot to grab this one. Hold 1 second.
Ooh.
I did. I did. Chat with
Okay.
me. I know what it is. I wrote it down. Okay, chat with me
Okay,
real
good.
quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. I got to pull y'all back up on here. I don't know if I get dinged for this, so I'm just going to go on to the side because I have a bad habit. Okay, let's see. What are y'all saying? I've lost complete control of chat. I have not looked. Everything is going by so fast. Let's see. Oh my God, the anti-hauls. I usually, especially like with Lisa's, there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I think I want that. Oh, there she is.
So fast.
Pip Speak. Ooh, Fifth Spirit is such a good Pip deck. That quickly became a Pip deck that really spoke to me because of exactly the way we were talking about, Lisa, where it's like it still has that like it's a step back, but it's still got that personality. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the lure is for me.
Hardscape. Okay. So Friends to Lovers. So this one I loved because it made me laugh. And I liked it well enough. It was fine.
Yeah.
But then I read for my members with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the readings I got were wild. They were crazy good. I felt like it just spoke to me. And that's this little goblin tarot.
Yeah, you read for me with that deck. I remember.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
This little deck, I don't know. I think you can still get it. I think it's on Game Crafters. But this was definitely one that I was like, I'm not going to use this deck. Like, I'm never going to use it. I'm just like, I like it. I enjoy it. And that's enough.
Yeah.
But reading for people with it, I was like, I don't know. I just enjoyed the hell out of it.
It's so quirky, that deck.
It is so quirky. It's so funny. But it does, I don't know. It just speaks to me, I guess. That art just like opened something up that just made it seem effortless to read, I guess. It just, I don't know. It's just fun. And it's like,
really kind of like, why do I feel like I like it now when I'm looking at it? I don't remember. That's just me and my eyes. You see me reading it. It's like, I want to see it.
I do the same thing though. I'm always like trying to look down.
Hierophant just now, the one you just had up.
The Hierophant? That's the Emperor.
Yeah,
he's teaching.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, wait, you don't usually see the Emperor as the teacher.
But he's more of a father figure here. And so he's teaching. It's like A is for attack. So he's teaching his army. He's grooming his army.
That's amazing.
And they're all like listening to him. They just have all the suits have like kind of like themes because there's a Harry Potter theme for the wands. So that's why I like it the most.
So cute.
But like, look at this justice. Like, it is really interesting because you got those spikes. You can see how many people have chosen the wrong thing. And this person is just waiting for him to make the wrong choice again.
Guilty. And then the other side is also guilty. That's kind of interesting.
Well, the other side is coins.
Oh, yeah. But if you look at the little.
Oh, yeah. It says not, though. It says not guilty.
Oh, it says not. Oh, that makes me feel better. Oh, not guilty. Oh, I get it. Okay. I really like this. Has got like a whole story vibe to it.
It really does. Each card and each suit really does tell a story. And this is what you get.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
And so you have to find it out yourself. And so this really did. This is the Goblin deck. Tori, this is Goblin Tarot. I think it's on Game Crafters. Yeah. So it's just so fun. It's so fun.
Game Crafters. I'm just curious. I can't find it. Hopefully do you have a link somewhere? Not right now, but like for later.
I thought I did. I'm gonna try to find it. I thought I had
Find
it
it.
for it.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
see it.
wait,
Hi,
I
Tori.
might have one in my Google Drive. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm curious. 'Cause I'm
Sometimes I
looking
have
it
it
up.
there.
I'm like, I'm not finding it. But I found the Kickstarter, like the original Kickstarter
The
for it.
original Kickstarter. Yeah.
Oh, Big Cartel is their website.
Oh, Big
Oh,
Cartel. That might be it. Okay.
but the website is currently under construction, under maintenance. No.
But if you find his name is Chris.
Rusty Spiegel.
Yes. So you might have some.
No other social media linked. Man.
Damn.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it's a sorry guys if we can't find it, but it's a really great deck. I tried not to pick anything. I don't know if anything else is up. It might be. I'm sorry.
Listen, it is what it is, yo. We're not
Listen, I'm
intentionally
answering questions.
props, okay? Oh my God. Okay.
We're not bringing the FOMO. We're just talking. We're just
That's
answering
right.
questions.
Yeah. That's right. We're just answering
So
the prompts
what
from
is
what we have.
yours?
I picked the zombie tarot because I got this out of just sheer curiosity for the campiness of it. I thought it'd be a fun Halloween deck, something kitschy. Um, but oh my God, this deck is so smart. If you really look at what's happening in every card and think about the way that it applies to the meaning, it's wild.
This is
Also,
tempts
what's
me
that?
every time. This tempts me every
Oh,
time.
why don't you have this? You
I
can have this.
don't know. I don't have it.
$12. Get off your butt. If you don't get it, I'll get it for you. Why don't you have this?
I don't know.
That's so I'm so
I
bummed
look
right
at it all like I have looked at it a million times, and I've also looked at the other one. Didn't they do the other one, the Housewife Tarot? Look at
now.
that.
Yes. Okay, look at this lovers for a second, okay? So human and zombie, she's pulled out his heart and he's holding what is a cure for
Oh, it's a
zombieism.
cure.
I think that's the idea is that it's a cure, yeah. And like freaking come on now. This is the king of hazards,
Oh my
right?
god.
Or no, nine of hazards, right? I cannot freaking read. Yeah, nine
I
of
don't know. I'm
hazards.
like,
So hazards are pentacles, so they're resources. So they've got a supermarket, right? So they're all enjoying their stuff. It's actually really smart. But you know what my favorite card is? Is the Six of Swords. I'm just gonna find it
that's
because
what
it's
I was thinking. Vintage Moon. She said, or a perfume bottle because of the smell. That's what I thought it was.
in the pentacle suit in
Is
this
that
deck. Okay,
cute?
the hazard suit. What they've done is they've turned the zombies into their resource. So they've got this zombie is tied to a mailbox and is a paper boy. I'm just saying it's really actually quite smart. But anyways, I really want to find the Six of Swords because this deck will make me laugh out loud. The way the meanings, there's actually a couple there's another one here that's really good. The Seven of Swords is really, really good. Oh my gosh. He's got the zombie mowing the lawn by having a stake go in front of him. This is the Six of Hazards. It's actually like, oh my God, it's
That's
so good.
really smart.
It's so smart. Okay, so here it is. Okay. Six of Swords. Yeah, you're going off to the way that they're shooting the zombies off the side of the boat. The reason I love this so much is because one of the ways that I read the Six of Swords is that if you're bringing the swords with you, you're bringing your baggage with you, right? And this is
Right.
like baggage, get the fuck out of my boat, right? Like you can't get in my boat. I'm leaving. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh my God. I can't. Oh, this one. This is the other one. This is the Seven of Swords. So it's like treachery, trickery, whatever. This chick just like kicked this guy down the stairs to buy herself some time.
I'm obsessed with that. Like that is the best. I love that.
It's so good. It's so good. But when you really dig into it, and then if you get this, you have to watch. There's a movie that is like this. It feels like this deck, and I'm never gonna remember what it's called, but it's like Fido. I think it's called Fido, where they basically train zombies to do their housework and stuff. It totally ties
I've
into the pendant. And it's like
heard of that.
1950s. And
Yes.
it's so funny. Oh my God. This deck gives very, very, very good readings. It's so clever with how it ties the meaning into the cards. Plus, it comes in a box that looks like an ammo case, and it's got this like vintagey,
Great.
like little guidebook. Like it's
I might need that.
Anyways, I got this because I thought it would be fun. I literally got it off of somebody in my neighborhood. Like I bought it secondhand for like I said, like $10 cash.
Oh my
Bought it for
God.
the guy. I was like, yeah, whatever, it'll just be fun. And then as I played with it, it was so good. Oh, the guidebook hints it's perfume. Oh, to cover up the stinky scent.
The
I get
stinky
it.
scent. Yeah.
Because if you're gonna be lovers with a zombie, you're gonna have to figure out the
And
whole
somebody was like, yeah, because you got to make a choice that do whatever it takes.
got it. I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought cure. I always thought
Well,
cure.
that's why
Always
when I
thought
looked
that
at it, it
card
looked
was
like,
cure.
but yeah, I mean, it could also, but you can look at it both ways because you know what? It's tarot.
It's tarot. We do what we
Yeah.
want here. But yeah, that's a great friends to lovers one because I had zero expectations. I was just like, this will be fun. And then it turned out to be really, really good. And it's still my favorite Halloween deck, hands down.
That is
But I
awesome.
mean, you can use it any time of the year. It was great during COVID. It was my favorite pandemic
Oh
deck.
my God, I bet it was.
It was so good. It was so good for that. Yep.
Oh yeah. Forced proximity, like I don't do a lot of like make myself work with it or take it, but I did a few times. And so I found one, like I was like trying to think, I'm like, I mean, there's plenty that I've taken on vacation. There's plenty I've done this. And I'm like, this one was hard. But I ended up picking the Blood Moon Tarot.
Oh yeah, because you did a whole study with that.
I did a whole study with this, and it really did change my relationship with it. Because at first it felt one way, and then using it felt a whole nother way. And like, I really understand now the how, where, and why I would pull this deck more so than anything else because of the way that it did. Now, I also learned that I really hate the song suit. I could probably remove that whole suit and be perfectly fine with the deck. I don't
What element is the song suit?
Water. And that's really, yeah, I'm not a fan. But the skins, the honey, skins are wands.
I don't like that image at all. And I like me some danger noodles, okay? I do, but that's
The dreams are our air.
okay.
And then honey, which is my favorite suit, is the pentacles.
I want to see a songs card now. Oh, I like the honey suit. That's kind of cool.
I love it. But I love the majors are gorgeous. They're like just epic. But the skins are full of snakes and mushrooms.
Yeah.
And very fiery. But I think it's just the way that the songs are done. I'm not a fan of the seashells. And I think that's a big thing for me. The purple seashells or pinkish purple seashells are just not my vibe.
Okay, I feel like I like the song suit the best out of just show. I mean, if that's not on brand, I don't know what is.
So on brand. It's like, well, I gotta throw some Lisa in there, right? It's like a lot of Dani. I mean, look at this Queen of Skins. Like, are you kidding me?
I can't with the skin suit. It's too much.
So intense.
No way.
And then just
this loveliness, and you're like, get out of my fucking deck.
And I'm like,
okay, keep showing cards because I screwed up again. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is the Hermit, y'all. Check this out. Oh, just vibing in there. Are you kidding me? Wait, I lost you guys. Hold on. Oh, the Lover's card is beautiful. Let me see if I can find it. See, and I really like, okay, like the dreams have like these like bug armor things. Y'all know I like weird shit though. Like, it just vibes with me. You got it?
I thought I was so prepared, and I clearly skipped 2 whole prompts in a row. Hopefully these are the only ones I skipped.
I love all the weird eyeballs in the dreams. Like, I'm just so here
Weird
for
as
it.
heck. I'm so glad I didn't back this on Kickstarter. It's funny because when it came out, I was like obsessed with the cards that were showing, and the whole vibe of the deck went in a way I would have never imagined.
I could
So
understand that. See, I didn't follow it at all. This was gifted to me well after the fact. So I knew nothing. I heard the Kickstarter, like it was like a thing, but
yeah,
I wasn't a part of that, so I don't really know or have any kind
yeah,
of like preconceived notion or frustration. You know, it was
yeah,
literally blind for me, and so that, and now the book. I will say the book is amazing, but it's
yeah.
very impractical. Like I would
And it's
have
big,
liked the
right? It's like one of
small,
those big,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
that is the thing about books like that is that they're nice to have, but it's like with the Deviant Moon book. You pull out this Herkin thing, like it's enjoyable to go through, but it's not the kind of thing you can like tote around with you.
No, it's one of those
Yeah.
where you like I feel in the same way that I did with Deviant Moon. I read that whole book and then I put it
Mm-hmm.
away. And then that was the study I did with that deck. And then I did the
Yeah.
same with the Dark Woods, and I've done the same with this one. And like those big books, I'm like, I want to read them and then
Yeah.
put them away. Out because they're just not practical to like pull out, you know?
Yeah, totally. Totally.
So what about you? You do a
All
lot
right.
of forced proximity stuff.
I do. And actually, there was a whole bunch I wanted to pull, and then I'm like, well, actually, a lot of this began when I used to do. I did a series. I didn't do a whole bunch of them. I think I did like 4 of them because attention span issues. But I would do this thing where I would just pick a deck out of my collection. I would spend time with it for a month, which felt really appropriate for this prompt. And one of the first ones that really, really impacted me when I did this was this deck, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This is when I had the Oracle of Mystical Moments, I didn't keep it because the
Mhm.
Oracle of Mystical Moments just did not end up working out for me long term. But I love the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and she's glossy. But this is
She's
one of
real
my
glossy.
favorite, like intuitive decks. I really get so much from that type of reading with this specific deck. And so it actually became my favorite. Like
It's
it's hung
so
on my favorite deck
clever.
ever
It
since. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Like the things that you see and the way that things are positioned, and like it really does. And I love her artwork. I have both. I love the Oracle as
The
well. I
Oracle,
know the
I
glossy
think I would have
stuff.
loved it more if there were better keywords or something. But like this Nine of Wands, she's got her one blooming rose that she's protecting, but she's got 9 like scars all over her body that are bleeding from the work of trying to nurture that one single rose. It's so poignant.
It
I
is.
I mean, 5 of Wands. It's so good. And as a mass market deck, this one actually gives you a lot of customizing ability. Like there's
It really
extra
does. There's a
cards.
ton.
Yeah, you can have a different emperor. So I have the female emperor in my deck. And then there's female kings. I think I've got so
Yeah,
2
all
of them I
female
kept.
kings. I kept
I have
all
about
of mine
2
in
left in my
there.
deck.
I
What's
think
that?
I kept all of mine in there.
Yeah, I took out my extras. I kind of picked my favorites. But it's y'all, this deck is so good. And if you like to read by like really sinking into the artwork, I just feel like this one is an incredible one. And it's mass market and it reads so well. It really taps into the meaning of the card. One of my favorite Page of Wands ever because I like to think of the Page of Wands as like just wanting to like dig in and like think everything is magical and look at it closer. This is so good.
So good.
I
I
love
love the tower.
this tower.
I love
And
it.
that's exactly how it feels. We don't want it to fall apart.
Yes.
We're clinging to
We
it.
want to hold on so bad, but it's just no matter how much we hold on, it will come down. And it's so good.
Yeah. She is the snake and the 7 of Wands.
Love that.
Yeah, it's a really, really, really cool deck, and I absolutely love it. And it just helps me. It's the opposite of a pip deck for me. So this is when I say that the pip deck gets me that like clean. This gives me that just lets me sink into the
It
images.
does. It's
I'm
very
like,
dreamy and it brings you
"Ah,
places. I love that. I love
so
that.
good. But I think when I got it, it was just, oh, this is pretty. And then I worked with it for a month and bonded, like really, really bonded with it. And then it was good, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So good.
So good. Soulmates.
But it was
Soulmates.
just meant to be. If I screwed this prompt up too, I'm gonna be mad. I'm like looking over at my pile.
Are you serious?
Hold on, let me just check the rest real quick before I get up again. Hold on. I totally did. Y'all, when I tell you, I was bragging to Dani this morning. I'm like, I got all my decks last night. I put them in a basket. They're all ready to go. And if I hadn't done that, I would so not be prepared. I'd totally be late. I did check though. This is the last one.
And here we are. Oh my God. Yeah, the mystical moments is a really good one. Now, I think Lisa did the same thing as I did. I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Let me see. Hold on. Mine's right here. Mine's right here. Both mine. Oh shit.
I'm back.
Oh, I like.
In my defense, my brain has been very full for the last 6 weeks.
I think I did. I trimmed these down. Did you trim yours down?
No. Wait, you trimmed it? They're big. Yeah, you made it more tarot size, it looks like. Wait. Yeah, it's trimmed.
Yeah, mine's
Mine's
trimmed.
like more oracle size, I would say. Well, not quite, but it's definitely bigger. Is there room in your box? Like, is it wiggly?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yours is trimmed for sure.
I trimmed mine.
You
Yeah,
did a
because
good
somebody was saying that it was big, and I was like, oh wait, I think I trimmed mine because of that. So I did. I trimmed mine.
Gotcha.
I just love this deck though. Ugh. Top
I can't believe I forgot 3 of the fucking decks.
3.
Okay.
Oh, tab. Okay. So,
I know. It's fine.
our soulmate. Oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing. Like, I got shorts on. Like,
So
I have
do
a relationship with shorts because, okay, like I never wear shorts because my thighs are always way too big. Hunty, they were not staying down. Okay, so I either wore the like biker shorts.
Yeah, same.
Or we don't wear shorts. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm starting to wear shorts. And another reason why I would never wear shorts is I hate when the backs of my thighs get stuck to something.
Same. Cannot handle it. It's the worst feeling, especially like restaurant seats or like vinyl or anything leather even. No.
Like I don't mind leather in my cars, but I'm gonna be honest. Mine does not have leather because I ride with my top off and open. I was like, I don't want it.
No.
If I sit on my seat and I stay stuck in this heat.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. I hate that. I'm not a fan of leather's nice when you're like leather's nice when you're like wearing long pants and it's nice and soft and plush. But if it gets hot, no thank you. And if it's super cold, also no thank you. It's like sitting on an ice cube.
Oh,
no.
I hate it. And so I'm sitting on this right now, and like this is like a vinyl-ish like chair, and I'm like, ugh. Anyway.
Anyways, what's your soulmate?
My soulmate. Mine's. I wonder if anyone would guess. Y'all gonna see it and be like, do you have a guess?
Oh, well, I would say Mystic Masters.
No.
I know. And I kind of get it now. I'm in the same place as mine. Oh, if it's not Mystic Masters, playing cards, right? Damn it! I'm not good at this game. Oh yeah, of course, fairies.
The fairies deck. I've showed this one 10,000 times. It's an OG. It's not a tarot, but it is my soulmate deck. I've written on it. I've read the book through and through. I've played with this.
Magical.
This goes everywhere with me. Like, matter of fact, I pair it a lot with my Mystic Masters.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that just really talks to me, you know? Matter of fact, the last time I used it, I paired it with Terra Volatile, which is another one that feels very Terra Volatile and Black Lily Tarot have same vibes to me that get me in that like teenage angsty, like real to the core of who Dani is, you know, like
yes,
I
totally.
love that feeling, and I find that it speaks to that. Like if I had to pick those three decks, it would be Mystic Masters, Terra Volatile, and Black Lily Tarot that really like crunch it all together, and this works perfectly with it to me.
Yeah.
Because it just feels right. It feels like a part of me, like an extension. And I know some people hate this deck or like they just don't get along with it, and we vibe.
You vibe.
We vibe. Yeah. So that's mine for sure.
It's cool. Yeah. Any guesses about mine?
Is it the Monstero?
No, that's too predictable. And I refused. Actually, no, it's my last Corn Tarot. When I think about a deck that I fell in love with immediately, that was like my whole heart, it was this one. And the funny thing is, like, my deck it feels like a part. This is the interesting thing. My deck feels like a part of me, a part of my soul, but that's not the same thing to me as a soul mate, if that makes sense.
That's why I didn't pick mine either.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when I was thinking of this prompt, I was like, oh, Unicorn Junior. I'm like, wait, that doesn't feel right. Why doesn't that feel right?
Because we didn't find that. We created that.
It's like me in deck form.
Yeah.
I don't want me in a partner. I want something that complements. Anyways, this just there was not a single. I've never had a single bad moment, slow moment, difficulty reading. I get so much out of working with this deck, and it's very much, yeah, it's a fandom deck, but it's literally, this story is such a huge part of my heart, and like is so connected, and I just, because of that, I get so many layers from working with this deck, so many layers. I just
and you see, I love stuff like that. That's why I have my Harry Potter ones up here, you know.
Yeah.
All those other ones, it's like our Game of Thrones, like it just, there's so much. It's like you can look at it and know the exact scene and what's going on and how it feels and how it relates to the tarot and what it makes you feel and your nostalgia for it. And I love decks like that.
When you know the story and the characters so intently, it literally looks like Prince Lear's been stretched, though. I don't know what happened in this image. I don't know, they stretched. There's a proportion issue. But anyways, oh my gosh, it's just so freaking good. And it makes my heart feel soothed whenever I work with it. Like, it's very calming. You know how you just are in certain things, you're just like, oh, okay, this is nice. That's how this is.
I describe it as like kind of like when you get into that perfect temperature water, and it's just like, oh, and you just kind of sink into that, like, oh, I love that feeling. You know?
That's the vibe.
For sure.
That is the vibe. 100%. So good.
So good.
Oh,
right. Number 5.
Talking about more out of print decks in the chat. What are y'all talking about? Hanson Roberts. The Nigel
Hanson Roberts. I bought it, and then I was like, I couldn't get into it.
I like it, but it's all the banners with the little. It's so distracting. If it was just the artwork with the title, I think I'd be fine.
I think
and
so
I know
too.
that sounds so prissy, but like it was just so distracting. And what one I wish I could get my hands on is the Whimsical Tarot. Did you ever see that one?
I have seen that one.
I had one back in the day. I did. It was part of my original deck collection. It's kind of funny. I collected way back when there was like not much out there, but I still had like 20 decks, 25, 30 decks, something like that. I still had like for that time, that was a collection. And then I was like, I don't read tarot professionally. I don't really do anything with tarot besides read for my friends and family and myself and like occasionally for, random people, but like it wasn't very often. So I was like, I'm just hoarding. So I'm just going to let go of a bunch of these. So I let go of all but like my top 3 at the time or whatever, and have been slowly trying to find them again over time. But that's one that I really regret letting go of because it's so sweet. Yeah. Anyway, random. I'm sorry.
And you see, I like with the older decks, like mine is the Margan Greer. Like I love the Aquarian Tarot.
Yeah.
But I did rehome it, and like a part of me wants it back. But here's the problem with that: I only want it back because I love the Devil card.
I understand that life though. It's like you miss certain specific
but that's
things.
like that's the only one I really love. I will love it so much. I'm like, maybe I should just try to get a print of it instead. And so I'll just feel better about it. But like, I love that damn Devil card so much. But mine is the Morgan Greer when it comes to those. You know, like there's the Robin. I always put those in the same category, like Robin Wood, the Hanson Rogers, Morgan Greer. Like I feel like they all like have a vibe. The Aquarian, like they all have a certain
like
presence.
of that family. Mine would be the Robin Wood, but I don't really read with it. I just love it. I love it. It reads really well. It's just
I tried that one too, and I couldn't. I was like, no.
Yeah. I think it's just a mood. It's like a vibe thing. Like I want to keep my Robin Wood. I treasure it, but like, and it's such a great, like if I had to pick my Rider-Waite Smith, it would be the Robin Wood, right? That would be my classic deck that I feel like fits me. And so I'll keep it forever. But like, it's not the actual Rider-Waite Smith, so I don't reference it. And because I don't read with decks like that, generally, I don't read with it. So then it's just something that I have and I like that I have it, and that's where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh,
for sure.
Slow burn.
Slow burn. So a deck that you didn't have the best first impression of, but the more you worked with it, the more you liked it. So with this one, I think it was really kind of funny. This is the one that I thought of off the top of my head. I feel like there's probably a better one in my collection for this, but Slow Burn is the one that I'm like, I just couldn't think of. But then I saw this on top and I was like, oh, I used it the other day. And it's one that's an older one. So it is the Cosmic Tarot. And so at first glance, when I first got it, I honestly didn't know if I was going to keep it. I was like, this is a classic. I think I might want it. What I consider like classic-ish.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Totally.
And I was like, I think I want it. And so I got it and I looked at it and I looked through it and I was like, I mean, I like it. I love reading with it next to the Radiant Sun, Oracle of the Radiant Sun.
Yeah.
I love the vibes together. I love it. But my first impression was like, I don't like this. I don't like the art. It just doesn't vibe with me. I'm not like it's.
I like doesn't even match the rest of the deck.
No, it's real weird. It's got very much Tarot of the Cat People, which I do actually love. But it's so like it's just weird in some spaces and like it's a whole vibe. But I'm telling you, the more I use it, the more I like it. I still think it's weird, but I like it. Like I like the way it reads.
That's also kind of on brand. Like weird.
It is on brand.
Like liking it. It works.
I know it's one of those where I'm like, this is strange as hell, but like I can't help but like it. But there are other ones that do that for me that I don't keep and I don't vibe with. But like, I find it's the craziest ones. Like, why this one? Why Tarot?
All the weird ones. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's definitely mine. It was a slow burn, but like I'm not getting like I like this deck and I don't know why.
Yeah, I feel like I have quite a few slow burns. The ones that jumped out at me right away are these two, the Notoria Goetia. Because these are very outside of my aesthetic, like very outside of my aesthetic. Notoria is like these are very specific. This is very angel. This is the Angels of the Shem Hemepharesh. But this is, if y'all know, you know, but like this became my boyfriend deck for the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff. But here's the thing, if I didn't have that link, I would have never, but I've actually had really powerful readings by specifically pairing Notoria with Goetia, which is the demon-y deck.
So these are two tarots that are corresponding. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the Ars Goetia, the Goetia Tarot, which is based, it's called Goetia Tarot in Darkness. And it's based on the demons of the 70s from the 72 keys of Solomon. 72 keys of lesser keys of Solomon. Oh my god, I'm
Lesser
so
Keys of
okay, anyways,
Solomon. Yeah.
lesser keys of anyways, but each one of these demons corresponds to each one of these angels. And I also have now the Travis McHenry Heaven and Hell deck, and I work with them together. But the thing is, there's nothing about this that I would have picked up off a shelf and go, oh, I want that deck. But when I work
Right.
this together and I really dig into the meanings, I get really good, like what's in the light and conscious and then what's sitting in the shadow readings. I get really good, powerful readings. So yeah, it started out because it was a good fit for like having a deck to sort of line up with my video game shit. But like it turned out to be a really good pairing. So very much a slow burn in that like when I first saw these, I was like, there's no way. I don't want these decks. But then
So
no, there's
let
so
me
many
ask
of them.
you this.
Yeah.
Okay. So so the Heaven and Hell one, matter of fact, I saw that one in that shop in New Orleans that I was telling you
Oh,
about.
yeah. Yep.
He had Travis McHenry stuff. Because he's met him before, because we were talking about like a couple of different deck creators and stuff. And
Yeah.
he had the Heaven and Hell, and I saw it and I was like, I remembered you and Dawn both talking about it, right? It was both of y'all that had it. So what is is it very similar in the same aspects of these two? Like, is it kind of like
the same thing? So Travis McHenry has an angel tarot and a demon tarot that are literally based on this exact same set of system. So the angels of the Shem Hamathresh, and then the demons from the lesser keys of Solomon, the goetic demons or whatever. So his decks, he's got an angel tarot and I forget what they're called, but he's got an angel one and a demon one, and then he smushed them together into the oracle. The neat thing about the oracle, the Heaven and Hell oracle, is that you get an angel and a demon, and they're already paired for you. So you have the ruling angel and then the demon, and they can work together. So you can shuffle and have reversals and work with all of that. But it's an oracle, so you only have 72. These were turned into a tarot by taking the 72, adding the 4 elements, and then adding 2 more cards. Lilith and Lucifer, I believe, are in both as the extra cards. And they linked those to the Emperor and the Empress, if I remember correctly. I don't know if they did that in the demon. They might have done something different in the demon, but that's what they did in the angel one. But yeah, I think the Travis McHenry
who are these by?
These ones are by Fabio Lestrani, I think.
Okay.
Fabio. Does it even say on here? Am I making that? Did I just literally pull a name out of my butt? Or is this actually I think it might be Fabio. But these are Lo Scarabeo ones.
Oh, okay.
The guidebooks are not great. Yeah, Fabio Lestrani. I don't know where I got that from because it's not prominent on the box. But yeah, that's who it is. I like these because the art style just seemed to work specifically with like also linking it to the game stuff and the other layer.
It really does, yeah.
Yeah. Travis McHenry's have a much more like if you're looking in an old manuscript, I feel like those are much more your style for sure.
I was gonna say like they seemed more graphic novel-esque.
Yeah, for
kind
sure.
of style, like black and whites and manuscripts and stuff.
I think if you're going to start with the oracle because I think it gives you enough to work with and play with.
That because it's really interesting because I don't listen. I don't fucks with angels and demons much. Like,
same.
You know, it's just not a thing for me. But it's very intriguing because I am diving more into like the saint structure and like different things like that because of my background. And so I'm like trying to find out like how do I look at this to where there's still a way to utilize these energies, but in a way that makes sense for me if there is one. And when something kind of pops my interest, I'm like, well, there's probably a reason for that.
Yeah. Like I have no interest in working with angels specifically, demons specifically. I'm working with these as representations of light and shadow through the lens of the tarot. And so that's the same thing with the oracle. It's like what is sitting in the conscious, what is sitting in the unconscious. And being able to like the neat thing about the ruling angel over demon thing is like if you pull something from the demon deck and that's the thing that's like sitting in shadow, you can go intentionally search for the ruling angel and what can help you sort of move through that. That's kind of how I'm working with it. Or vice versa, like what's in the light, and then what am I not seeing? What's sitting in the shadow? What's underneath that?
And that's exactly what I was thinking of. Like, it's not about the angel and demon because that doesn't flow with me, but a light and dark, a light and shadow, a good and bad, like good and bad energy, or an easy and a difficult. Like having those dualities
work really well.
Yeah.
And once that's what I had to kind of get to because, and I think these helped because the art feels a lot more abstract in these. It doesn't feel
Mhm.
like I'm looking at it. I don't really pay attention to even the art all that much, if that makes sense. They're just kind of pretty images on cards that help me tap into those ideas or concepts. Um, but yeah, like, cause I don't want to be messing with stuff I'm
Yeah,
not
stuff like
going there. You know what I mean? So I needed to be able to work with it in a symbolic way rather than in a actual
exactly.
way.
And that's exactly it. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
For like me, especially when it goes into the realm of angel and demon, it's like that is not something that I want a representation of in my space just because it doesn't flow with me. Whereas like a saint is different because that feels more like a god goddess embodiment in the
Yeah.
same way that I feel about, pagan, gods and goddesses in the way that I use that along with all these things. But it's like that because they're abstract, I feel like I need them to be abstract. I don't want a representation of them. I want an idea of a concept, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so then if that's the case, honestly, then that might not be the best fit, right? Like other people in chat are talking about, like Jonathan mentioned, I have several paired decks specifically for light and shadow, like the Lucine and Lucine Midnight for these kinds of readings. And that's the thing is if you're looking for something a little bit more abstract, finding another pair that does a similar job might work well. Like I like the Wisdom of the Shadow and the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine work really well for me in that light shadow aspect
Oh
also, and those are more abstract. But there's other pairings you can probably put together if you're like, I don't know about these specifically. But if you wanted to play around with it, I feel like the mass market Oracle of Heaven and Hell would be a fun place to
yeah.
experiment.
I think that would be a fun place
And
to
that's kind of a lot.
experiment because I'm interested in what kind of energies there that are on there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And you see,
totally.
somebody just asked about the hoodoo tarot. I've seen those, but I
Yeah.
don't know much about. Like, I don't. My experience is not so much in the hoodoo voodoo area
Mm.
because that goes more into conjuring and root work, which I've done a bit of, but like mine is a little more on the other side because it's a different. That has more African roots to it, whereas ours have African and Native American, a little bit more of that, and then of course the French, the Spanish, the whatever. So it's like a jumble. So
Yeah.
I don't know much about like the excuse me if I don't say this right, the Orishas and different things like that. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that correspond because we were put in the same space. But hoodoo and voodoo are more towards New Orleans more
Yeah.
so than they are here. We have stuff like the grigri bags and things like that, but we don't really, at least for me and my tradition and what I've seen in my, we don't do much more with that.
Yeah.
But I find it very intriguing and very like I try to be very respectful because that you got to have respect for. So
Mm.
yeah. So I don't mess a lot because I don't know enough and because
Yeah.
I feel like it deserves so much more respect than I even know how to give because I don't know it. So that's a very particular area.
Oh, true. Jonathan says, if you're okay with pip decks, the Tarot of Light and Darkness comes with 2 decks in one box specifically.
I've seen
What?
that.
I
I've
don't
seen
know
it
if I
on
have
Amazon. I'm gonna have to.
Tarot of
I'm
Light
gonna have to
and
go look at that.
Darkness. I don't. Is it a mass market?
Yeah,
Not me Googling right now. I'm just curious now.
I
Tarot
want to
of
say
Light.
it's very simple. I think I've seen it because I thought I had it on one of my lists before, but
Literally
listen,
cannot find it. No idea. Can't find it. I don't know. I'll look for it later though. I can't find it. But I want to see it now because we're talking about it. Oh, maybe it's because I put Tarot of Light and Darkness. No, that's not why. I can't find it. I can find the Darkness of Light.
light and shadow.
Oh, Tarot of Light and Shadow?
Is that the one? This one?
Is that it? Tarot of Light and Shadow.
Double tarot deck,
That must be it.
shadow and light.
Ah, the Tarot of Light and
Okay,
Shadow.
yes, light and shadow. Yes, 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 yes. That's it.
Wait, this is by the same dude that did the whole tarot mockumentary deck. Remember? Somebody has to know what I'm talking about. It was a Kickstarter, and he did a whole mockumentary, and like Mary Kay Greer was in it, and it was like this whole narrative experience. What was that called? I
Oh
had
my
it.
God. John Matthews, yeah.
Yeah, it's Light and Shadow. It's by John Matthews, but the illustrator, Andrea
Andrea, yeah.
yeah,
They've done a lot. I don't know if it's, I don't know their pronouns. So.
it might not be the same person I'm thinking of then. I think it is, though. I'm looking at this art style. Hold on. Andrea Aste, Kickstarter. The Book of Shadows, An Alchemist Story by Andrea Aste. Same person. I totally pegged the art style. Go me.
Oh, go you.
I did it. But that one's a very colorful deck. Now I have to look closer at the Tarot of Light and Shadow because now I'm curious. It is Pips, though. But
It is
it
Pips.
could be a cool way. But the thing is Pip's going to take me quite enough into the darkness. Do you know what I mean?
I
Or
know.
enough into the light. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking
But now I'm
too.
curious because I do like the dual deck idea.
I do love the dual deck idea.
Yeah.
Because you see, I've seen the ones that have like the reversed, where you can see in front and the back, or you can see up and down.
Yeah.
Great concept, but I'm like, no, that's not what I want. You know, like that's not what I'm looking for. I don't quite read like that. That would be fun to play with. Now, we've talked about this. I've been in a place where I've been like playing. I think this goes with the opposite attract. So I'm gonna bring mine in here. I'm gonna go on the segue train.
Segways. We love segways.
And I'm gonna segue into this opposites attract. I did lose my train of thought because I was so proud of my segue that now it's gone. So there's also that.
Fair.
Shit. What was like, oh, playing. Oh yeah, I was telling Lisa the other day, like that's where I'm at right now. Like I grab my decks and I grab a book or I grab something and I do tarot activities, or I pull a card and I will read everything I have about that card.
What's the book you have? What's the tarot activity book you have?
Oh my God, it's right here. I keep it right here. So this is by Drea. Now it's under her old name, Andy Matzner.
Tarot activity book. I need to get this. Every time you do an activity with them, it's like, oh, I need to get it.
It's so good. I did one the other night. Like even Lennon will sit with me and we'll do this. We'll do activities together. Like we put one up for like a party. And so like who would you want at your party?
Yeah.
And like different things like that. Like it's just fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just having a great time. But not only this, but some of Drea's other workbooks have like that's what I'll do. I'll pick a card and then I'll go to a workbook and I will see those questions because Drea has this way of, I'm gushing, but honestly, she's one of my favorites because she has that forgive me, psychology background or counseling background or something like that. And just the questions that go along that they don't seem like they vibe with the card, but God, they really do once you start digging into it. And so I love doing that.
Yeah.
And so
I first dug in with the first thing I ever had of hers was the journal prompt one.
Do you have
that?
I
don't have a
Hero for
one.
Transformation?
No, before that. Wait, the very first one was just literally for every card a list of journal prompts. That's all it is. I have it on Kindle, so I don't have it in front of me, but it's so good. And I referenced it way back when, I believe when I did my tarot memoir series, I would pull a couple from that book for that series because the prompts are really good. If you're somebody that likes journal prompts with your tarot, that's all it is. You pull the card and there'll be like 2 full pages. Journaling the Tarot. Thank you, Dee. It's called Journaling the Tarot. It is so incredible. And because I have it on Kindle, I always have it on my phone or on my tablet or whatever, and I can just pull up some journal prompts anytime I pull a card. It's amazing.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. So yes, anything that's under the name Andy is Drea. There's just a name change. So she's got that. Okay, so in speaking with that, this is another one that I have been playing with. And I have played with it every day since I've gotten it. And Krista made me do it. The Blooming Lovelies. I would
Yes.
have. I don't like.
Same.
I'm not. I'm not a fan of affirmations. I'm not a fan of all the little art, cutesy little like artsies, whatever.
Blooming Lovelies is amazing.
I'm obsessed with this deck.
It's got just enough abstract. That's what makes it so freaking cool. It's got just enough abstract.
The words are like the keywords are the best. And then it makes me laugh. It makes me smile. But like I tell you, the other week I pulled the same card 4 times until I did what it told me to do. And then I haven't gotten it again. And so I know it's listening. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
The whole internet, but I'm gonna need to know what that
Oh,
card.
it's this one. Hold on.
You
I'm sure it'll pop right out for me.
Unless you want to.
Oh, I will. Yeah, it's no big deal. What the? Your tale deserves to be told.
Girl.
4 times.
I didn't know that when I did the.
No, you did it 4 times.
That's amazing.
That's when I started, like, because I hadn't been journaling for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And I got that card again, and I journaled.
Like, okay.
Yeah. And then I got, it was like a total thing. And so this is every day. I leave it on my altar, and I will pick it and like, listen, sad song must be sung. Like, listen, sometimes you just got to go through it. Like, it's so smart.
It's so good. It's got depth. I think that's the thing. Like, it goes into these places that you look at it and you're like, oh, this is just cute. And then you like look at the message or you think about it for a minute and you're like, oh, that just kicked me in the stomach. Okay,
it totally does. Where like I kept seeing that thing and I'm like, shut up. I don't care. I don't want to see that whale tail. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But it's like, and it is well done. There's like different, I guess, kind of like suits, because there's like water and air and there's like earth. I got this one the other day and I laughed. Yeah, but no, but yeah.
I love that one so much.
Like, you know what? I do feel indecisive. I don't know what I want. Maybe I should try to think of it. It's just, this is nothing I would have ever picked up, ever.
Yeah.
And I am fully obsessed. Fully.
I love it. I love it. It's amazing.
What's yours?
That was my angel demon.
Oh, we did all that?
I think so. What was the prompt before this? Listen, you can't trust me. I clearly don't have my shit together today.
I don't know if we did. That was your slow burn.
Oh, you're right. That was my slow burn.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because it took a while, right?
Anyway, that's right. I just looked. We're good. Opposites attract. Not my usual style, but I love it anyway. That's my Fyodor Pavlov. Okay, yeah, I got mixed up. Okay. Fyodor Pavlov. Not my usual style. Obsessed with this deck. Absolutely love it. I don't like normally monochromatic decks. I normally have a big issue with color associations not matching elemental associations. We have red for swords. We have yellow for wands. Orange for pentacles. Oh, I freaking love this deck so much. Blue for cups matches, so we're good there. But this deck is so beautiful. It's so romantic and elegant. It's got this old world feel, but it has modern day diversity, which makes me really happy.
Yeah, that's what does it for me. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's got modern representation in old art, and I am obsessed. Yes.
I absolutely love it. This is my, like, what Pagan Otherworlds is to some people, or Victorian Romantic, or Ethereal Visions. This deck is for me. So whenever I want that vibe, when I want that romantic, elegant kind of vibe, this is the deck that I think of, and it is amazing for that. It's wonderful for romance readings. It's wonderful for, I don't know, just, and it's clear. It kind of, I think there's something about the limited color palette, which is, again, not my usual style, that actually helps me focus in a way
It really
on the
does.
deck. And oh my God, this is the most luxurious mass market deck I've ever owned. They did such an incredible job on the quality. You do pay for it. It's almost an indie price, but it is a really luxurious experience. The cardstock's incredible. There's the foiling. It's
Now I don't have the mass market, but the indie is amazing. But everyone talks about how it is almost
it's
the same type of quality. It's
getting
linen.
cardstock. Yep, it's linen.
Yeah.
It is beautifully gilded. It's a nice gilding. It's not that, sometimes you get that cheap mass market gilding. It's very, very, very beautifully done. And I was so impressed. This was my first, actually, other than Game of Thrones, this was my first mass market linen deck. It's just not a very common
It's not
thing,
common.
linen embossing on mass market cards. It just isn't. And I think this is the only, I don't know this for a fact, but based on feel, I believe this is black core. And this would be my only black core mass market for sure. There is other decks that have done linen, but
Jonathan said that he did a side-by-side comparison. I want to go watch that.
the mass market and indie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you
Thank you for letting us know.
You have the indie version?
I have the
Is that what you said? Yeah. Yeah, I love this deck so much. And actually, we're about to study this. I'm excited. So we're studying this in my membership in June and July. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's so good. Definitely an opposites attract for me.
For sure. Because, yeah, I would have never pegged that for you.
Yep. Why am I so convinced I don't have anything that I'm supposed to have?
Do you still not have what you need?
Yo, I am messed. Dani. No, wait. Hold on. This is what happened. Okay. I bumped all of my prompts down. That's why I was so confused. Okay, so this is how I cannot be trusted right now with anything outside of my deck project. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here's the actual answers. I didn't grab it. I'm not going to go grab it now because we're already past the prompt. But actually, my slow burn deck that I didn't have the best first impression of, but the more I worked with it, the more I liked it, is the Unicorn Tarot by Liz Hilton. Google it, y'all. The Unicorn Tarot by Liz Hilton. It's that old US Games Unicorn Tarot. Hated it with a passion. Hate the way the unicorns are depicted. Felt so slapdash to put together. It's not. There's actually meaning there. But anyways, and then over time, I figured out that
didn't you do a video on it recently? Or at least
I showed it. I definitely showed it in something, my collection or something. Yeah. Okay. But anyways, I cannot believe I messed up all the prompts. Okay, so that's my that was my slow burn deck because I didn't like it at first and then I liked it. My opposites attract was Notoria and Goetia. My blind date was Fyodor Pavlov because I did buy it on impulse and then I ended up loving it.
Okay. Perfect. So I'll show mine. Blind date. Yes. I was gifted
I make no promises about anything else because clearly I am fucked in the head right now. Okay. Thanks for understanding.
We're all good. Listen. Yeah. Didn't mess anything up. We've all survived.
But
so mine was recently sent to me as a gift. Blind date. Well, I'm lying. Because I've seen this.
Because I lied this whole damn video, so we're good.
No. So I'm lying because I watched you with this deck for sure.
Oh.
I was trying to think if I could switch it out real quick.
Totally, Marlena. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm so discombobulated. Okay.
So I'm just going to go with this because I had never had it in my hands. Whatever. This is what we're talking about.
It still counts.
I just got it in. Not my style because I don't work with chakras. I specifically, in some decks, take them out. Because while I will reference them if I am reading and I feel something in a certain area, in the way that I read, I might reference it. Be like, this is in this area. You can consider this around the throat chakra. You might need to XYZ. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yep.
But then I feel your chakras, Oracle.
It's so good.
Andy sent this to me. And it's so good. But I realized I'm lying because I remember your unboxing so clearly because I was like, this is the cutest thing. But I'm never gonna like, I'm not using this.
Yeah.
So like I skipped around. I'm like, this is so cute. I love this. It's so great for anyone who uses chakra things.
Yeah. It's so good, right?
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's like balanced, unbalanced, or overbalanced, underbalanced. Like,
Mhm.
I love it. But yours, you have the little sticker edition too, though, right?
I do. I have the original edition, the Kickstarter edition, and the sticker edition. The sticker edition won for me because it's like the perfect size for the way that I use them. And I love the little stickers and they're so cute. It's my favorite. It's my favorite, hands down. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Because I remember the one with the stickers and I'm like, this is cute as shit, but I'm never going to use it. And now I'm like,
you might need it. Does she
I
still
might need
do
it.
the sticker? Does she still do the sticker edition?
I don't know if she still does a sticker edition because she sent me this one. So I
Hit her
haven't
up behind the scenes. Be like, I need the sticker version. Do you still have the files? Like, I will order it from Make Playing Cards. Just make it happen.
I will order it. I will order it right now. Send it to me.
Yes.
Well, for those of you who don't know, so this comes with just a little color card. So if you want to lay out spreads or whatever, which I thought was really fun. And this kind of tells you about each chakra, if you're not familiar. I learned a lot about chakras in yoga and stuff like that, and then all that research. Yeah. So I know, Lisa, you use them quite often. You have like spreads and stuff. But yeah, so they're all set in this kind of like, hi, my name is kind of vibe.
Do you know how I ended up with this deck? Because when Dawn and I did the meetup at the Northwest Tarot Symposium, Andy came and she gave me a deck and I was so overwhelmed. There were so many people there and it was really amazing to meet people in person like that and to do a meet and greet kind of thing. It was so fun, but there were so many people and it was a lot and I'm very shy and it was like a lot. And so I looked through the deck and there's one that says, hi, my name. Oh, I'm shy. I like to talk, but I'm shy, I think is what it says.
Yes.
In the throat chakra one. And I literally took it out of the deck and like put it on my shirt, like right here, and like wore it evening during the meet and greet. I was like, I like to talk, but I'm shy. And it was so perfect. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to tell the story, but please continue to show. I
love that. And I tell you what, will hit you in the feels sometimes.
It does. Yep.
Literally me.
Yep. Yep.
But like what I did was, and I don't remember, maybe I was saying it on a video that I'm going to put out. I can't remember. Who knows? We're just going to repeat ourselves. But
it's in there
I have been using this. I'll keep the deck separated and I'll pull one from each. And then anything that's out of balance, I'll do a reading on.
Nice.
And so it's so impactful in a way that I just wasn't expecting, just because it's not something that I normally use, but it's so much more than that. I think this puts chakras in a way that I can utilize them.
It's very clear. Yeah, it's very
clear and makes so much sense and doesn't feel intangible. Like I find some of them are intangible.
There's a book by one of my favorite chakra authors. I'm going to look up the name real quick because it's really good and it's very, very readable and it kind of puts everything in layman's terms. Charge. Let's see if Amazon search will understand. Charge and the Energy Body by Anadea Judith is what it's called. Charge and the Energy Body by Anadea Judith. Judith, I cannot speak. Okay. So Anadea Judith is my favorite chakra author. She's got really, really good stuff.
Awesome.
But that book, Charge and the Energy Body, it literally describes that exactly what you see represented in that deck, where your chakra or your energy center can be overactive, underactive, or balanced. And she talks about kind of like what to do when it's overactive, what to do when it's under. And it puts it all in like regular terms. Like it's not heavy on chakra speak, if that makes sense. It's like,
and that's what, and I think that's what deters me, because I struggle with, like, it's so stupid, but it's true. Like I struggle with when there's something in a language that I'm not familiar with, or, terms that I'm unfamiliar with. It's like, until I become familiar in a layman's term, it feels like, even though I know this, what is it? bandhas, the mudras, the whatever. Like, I know what they mean, but they still feel so intangible to me because like I can't grasp it. It's the language is not something that it feels familiar to me. So it gets confusing easily, I think is where I was going with that. It's almost like, well, I mean, it is. It's reading something in a different language, you know?
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. Yeah. Artemisia was just asking me about chakra books I recommend. So Anadea Judith, Charge in the Energy Body is the easiest to read. It's great if you just want to like get the practical, whatever. If you want to dive deeper, then I really like Eastern Body, Western Mind, Psychology and the Chakra System as a Path to the Self. That one's really good. It's much thicker, but I feel like it's very, very practical. Another one that always gets recommended of hers is Wheels of Life. But to be honest, I've never read that one. I should pick it up because I love all of her stuff. But Eastern Body, Western Mind was the first I read by her. It's really good if you like that more psychological sort of self-helpy, I guess, bent to it.
Yeah.
Same with Charge in the Energy Body, but Charge in the Energy Body, like I said, is going to be like a thinner, easier read. And then Eastern Body, Western Mind is like bigger. So keep that in mind. But yeah, so good. I can talk about it all day long, obviously.
Freaking awesome. Oh, I love it.
Do we trust me to answer this prompt? I don't know.
I don't know. This one.
So prepared.
Oh, you're so prepared. That looks so good.
And I
just have mine in a line. I literally just put mine down in a line because I'm a procrastinator.
Chat, if I'd have done that, I probably wouldn't have messed it up.
You know what?
Oh, hi, Ian.
Oh, Ian's here.
Ian's here. So this one is Second Chance, a deck you planned to get rid of that worked its way back in rotation or that you did move along and ended up repurchasing. I had such a brain fart about this. I'm like, I've repurchased so many decks. Do you think I could remember almost any of them? No, but I did remember one. What about you? Did you remember any?
I remembered one. And this one took me a hot minute because I'm like, normally if it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
If it's gone, it's gone. But this one has come out of my pile a bazillion times. And so I was like, well, I'm obviously going to talk about that one because it's one of those that's just been in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
And that's the Line Strider's Tarot. Look at this janky ass bag.
I can't.
I know.
Dani.
I know. It's terrible. But listen, you know how long it's been in this ugly bag?
Too long. What kind of color you want for it?
Oh my god, I don't even know. Well, but y'all, this is this blue, poor sad Line Strider's Tarot. It is going yellow at the edges.
Show that crappy bag again real quick if you don't mind. Just show real quick. And then hold the deck up next to it for me. Just look at Jane. I have to take a picture because that's not acceptable. Okay, I just needed to remember. Okay, carry on. You're fine. No bag shame here. It's fine.
No, not at all, right?
So yeah,
this is one that has, I love the art, but it's very animal heavy. It's very simplistic. It's very beautiful, but some of the images I cannot let go of.
Yeah.
Some I just can't let go of. And when I tell you I have put this in my to-go pile, I'm not exaggerating, probably like 15 times.
And then you just keep fishing it back out?
I just keep fishing it back out. I
want to love this. I think it's really beautiful. The problem I have is that for some reason, there's some combination of the watercolory splashiness and the line art. I can't focus on the damn image. It feels like it's too small and like my eyes are working too hard, if that makes any sense. I don't know why.
I think it's because there are a lot of layers, and I love the people in the deck.
It's pretty.
Some of the y'all, the King and Queen of Cups are probably my favorite. It's the artwork that I just can't let go of, I think.
Yeah. There's something to be said about the white space around too. I think decks that do that effectively, sometimes it creates that space to like explore. I don't know. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Peggy's got a mini of this.
I have a bag with the broken strings that are a few skips. So reuse the bag.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. See, mine. This has no sentimental value. None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah,
Her
no.
bag has none. It's just, it's the
Mm-mm.
first bag that I put it in. It's lost
Mhm.
its string. It's discolored. It doesn't have holes in it though, so
Are
I'm
you
just
attached to it? Are you attached
no.
to it? Oh, thank
I'm
God.
not
Okay, good.
attached to it.
Okay. Cool. Just checking. Just double checking. Because like I will shut my trap. If you're attached to
Watch.
it, I
No,
understand.
no, no, no. Watch me literally put it in this bag in the bag.
Yeah. Just you do your thing. You're fine. We'll fix it. It's okay.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
We're gonna
It's
fix it.
terrible. So yeah, like a bazillion
Yeah.
second chances. Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
whatever.
So much. Peggy has a mini of that deck, and you showing it, I don't know what it is. When people I love show decks, I'm just like, I have to want it. That's how my brain works. I'll have to look at Peggy's mini and see. But there's something about it that now is like calling to me, and I don't think it's gonna. I think I
I
should.
don't
I'm just gonna look at Peggy's mini and see if that
I
scratches
was
the
about to
itch.
say, go
Yeah,
look at her mini, see if it scratches the itch.
yeah,
Because I feel like, again, it's the art that I can't get rid of, but
yeah,
the tarot itself, some of the cards are so clever and so good, but the animal
yeah,
heavy sometimes just doesn't work for me in
yeah.
certain aspects. It's like I always say, like, I don't have a lot of animal decks. I do, but
Same thing,
they're
girl.
so
Yeah.
specific. Like, not all of them work. So yeah.
What's your? Just curious if yours is the same as mine. What's the animal deck that you can just pull out and read for any question with?
Oh my god, what's yours?
Oak, Ash, and Thorn.
That is an easy one to read.
Yeah, it's like it's an animal deck, but like it's a workhorse deck somehow at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly how that happened, but it's one of the only ones that I feel like I can just whip out and like I would any other workhorse deck. But like it's the
See,
only animal deck that's ever felt like that.
see the ones that pop straight into my head are like the Northern Animal Tarot,
Yeah,
because
I can
that
see
one's
that
very
totally.
RWS. It's very good. It just, mine stinks so bad.
Wait, does it? Wait, which version do you have? Do you have the thicker version or the linen-y version?
I have the linen version. Um,
Trying to think if mine smells because I'm rehoming mine. That's what I'm asking.
hold
I
on.
think I'm rehoming it. You know how I am. Ugh.
Yeah, mine. I want to say this is the first edition.
Maybe that's why. Because I've got the most recent linen edition.
I have the 2020.
Oh yeah, mine's later than that.
Yours is later than that
I will go smell mine. If mine smells better, maybe I can send it your way.
because it smells like chemicals, and I
I've
love
had
it.
ones that do. Yeah.
But so I'm like,
No,
might
not
not
so
be
much,
that
huh?
one, because that's the one that, like, I find that one pretty easy.
Yep.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think if there's
Yeah.
another one. I'm like
Real.
looking through my stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think honestly the most simple are the oak, ash, and thorn, and I think the heartwood coming out.
Oh, Heartwood is so special.
It
That
is
is such a
so good.
cozy freaking deck.
It is so freaking cozy.
It's so
And I'm
good.
like, I haven't rounded my edges yet,
Oh, I did. I did
but
right away. I
I
can't.
think I will, because I have it sitting there because I was like, I don't know if I want
Otherwise,
to.
you know what'll happen? If you don't round the edges, you'll end up just sitting on it and waiting.
I will.
You
I
gotta round
will.
them so you can put that baby into use.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I'm always
Okay.
so afraid that I'll like mess the sides up.
Yeah, that's the thing about sharp corners. All right, my second chance deck is the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. This deck, I had and loved this way back in the day, and I actually did a mod video about this. This is my video. Here's how I mod my decks, and it's a mod I hated and ended up rehoming the deck because of it. But we won't. It's fine. It's fine. What I had done is I had tried to match this color with a ink, and I had metallic inks, and I ended up this is gold, y'all. That's gold. I don't know what happened to me that day, but the one I picked was like copper.
Oh, I was gonna say, was it green? Because I could see making that like kind of looking
Green
similar.
would be green would be kind of fun. But no, I did copper and it bled everywhere. At that point I didn't know how to do it properly. So I made a video showing everybody how to do it. Um anyways, I've gotten so much better since then. Yeah, let that
And then
go.
Dawn
That's
comes
just
in with
something that- sorry.
measuring and
Yeah, like now I know that if I want to do it, I gotta do the edges and then quickly wipe with a cloth, and then it comes out perfectly. But anyways, I edged it, and then after I edged it, I got so annoyed with it that I stopped using it. But anyways, we did a study on this in my membership, so I repurchased it and absolutely fell in love. I was like, I've been missing this deck so much. It's now I call it my wood elf deck now.
oh, that's a good
It
name for it. That's
reminds me of
perfect.
wood elves, right? Wood elves and druids and like just
Yes.
it's so
It
lovely. And now having used this and Witch Sister by the same artist, this one is actually so much more RWS than the Witch Sister is.
really.
It's kind of crazy to think about, but yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
funny because I didn't get the Witch Sisters because I just recently rehomed this. I love this deck. I really, really did. Such a good one. Such a good guidebook too, honestly. I'm trying to see,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I did rehome it. Um,
It's narrative in the guidebook.
it's very
Like,
narrative. It shows like there really is so much to their faces, but it was one that I would always choose a different deck over it. Like when I wanted that energy, I always went somewhere else, and I was like, well, I just think it's time.
yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those that I could see over time eventually rehoming it again, believe it or not. But pulling it back in to do the study just brought it into a different place. So now I'm really happy I have it. The problem I kept having with this deck, and I probably will always kind of have with this deck, is it's meant to be a fairy fae realm deck, but I'm a Brian Froud
Me
fairy
too.
person, not a. This
That
isn't
feels
how I feel.
elvish to me.
It feels very elvish to me. And once I made that connection, I was like, oh, it makes sense now. So it does make a different kind of sense now to me. And I think that might save it. We'll see over time because there is something about Julia's art style that I absolutely love looking at it. But it does something when I read with it where I don't always get what I need from just the imagery. The book
Same.
combined with the imagery works really
Same.
well. But for some reason, when I just pull the imagery, I don't always get what I need. And so I think that's a thing that could end up seeing this back out again at some point. But it's still an amazing deck.
It is, but I find it's got a really intense energy, and I think it's because it's all facial expressions.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes it feels like incredibly
Oh,
intense.
yeah. And Witch Sister goes even more
I bet it
intense
does.
and raw and primal and like, but Witch Sister sits in a different space for me because it's the kind of deck that takes me directly to my personal ancestry that can help me overcome the hiccups because I want so badly to bond with it over time and to use it for that kind of work. So it's got a space, even if it doesn't become like a workhorsey kind of deck. You know what I mean? Whereas this one sits in a space of like, it's pretty and I enjoy it, but I still don't know fully where it fits in my practice. So
question, that which one? Does it have like that? Yeah, the Witch Sisters. Does it have that like rage in it?
Oh, yeah. It's got a lot, I would say a lot of rage, a lot of primal energy.
Like, as soon as you said that, I was like, maybe I need that right now.
Oh, that might be really good right now. You're in my thing, right? Can you access? Because we talked about it a bit, and I showed a bunch of the cards in.
My PayPal screwed up, and I got kicked out of all my shit. So I'm about to have to redo.
Well, whenever you hop back in, you'll be able to see that. But then I can also just show you cards. Just let me know. I'll do a quick little flip through or something for you and show you. Yeah.
I know you did one on your channel, and I watched it
with the book.
Yeah, I watched a couple of walkthroughs, but when I'm considering it, I don't always watch it all the way through because I like to be surprised because I'm so weird like that.
You want to have your own first impressions.
I want to have my own personal, So like I always kind of go through. So that would definitely be one that I'm kind of interested in because when you're looking for that vibe, because I was trying to think, I'm like, I don't have that like I have some that I might be able to do some like primal deep stuff, but like, man, to have one with that kind of like she normally does.
Witch Sister also has a lot of Haliac energy, a lot of crone energy. We were actually looking at it on Saturday when we did our deck club discussion, and we were going through it. And like, if you look in the suits, there's like an age kind of progression. You can see people there's a lot of more weathered kind of people, more, lots more crone energy for sure, but also just lots more like middle age, I guess, kind of energy. It's not a very youthful feeling deck. It's got a couple kids, but it's not like a youthful feeling deck. Do you know what I mean? The people
Ooh.
are like, I would say mostly 30, 35 up.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's real. It's definitely, it feels very land connected. Yeah, I could go on and on. It's
Yeah.
very unique. It's very unique. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have to do that. For sure.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. It's a good one.
Oh, we're almost done. We
Is
got
this our
okay,
last
so second to last one, yeah.
Second last. Okay, unrequited love.
You really want to love this, but it just
Yeah,
doesn't love you back yet.
Mine's still fresh.
Do it.
Mine's okay. I'm really sad about it. Like it's really fresh.
Really? I haven't gotten it.
It's breaking my heart, honestly. And it's making me upset because when I showed this to Peggy, I think it was in a Say Yes to the Deck, and I talked about it in a Say Yes to the Deck. I was like, I don't think I'll use it. I think it's too out there for me, but I want it so bad. And she's like, you're not going to use it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want it. And then what did I do? Like 6 months later, I bought it because I needed to know. Sometimes I just need to know.
Sometimes you just need to know. I know there's some that just call and call and call, and I'm like, I gotta try it, and then you get it in, and you're like.
So the thing with this is like, I was so convinced that the guidebook was just going to be so empowering and so beautiful. And I mean, yeah, it's empowering, it's fine, but it wasn't enough to overcome what the fuck is even sorry, my language.
I
What
don't
is even
care.
happening in these why? Why? There's a lot of astrology, cool. But there's a lot I don't somebody out there understands this deck. It is not me. I don't.
I'm gonna say something that
Why are there flying cows in the Ace of Pentacles? I mean, yeah, cows
was
are
grounding a ground
they're
cow,
in the air.
but they're in the air.
Flying. This is one of the cards that I just got mad at because I'm like, this. I think I was going through it in my collection. I don't think the video's out yet, but I was going through it in my collection. And I'm like, what even is this? Why? Why? Like, I know cows are like abundance and stuff. Sure, okay. It's the She-Wolf Tarot.
Yeah. Okay. This is gonna sound strange,
Why?
but it reminds me of like
Hmm.
this is a California deck. Do you know what I mean? You gotta be tripping in the desert and vibing. What is the
What is
oh my
even
God,
happening?
like the Eagles song? Is it like going through the desert in the with a horse with no name? Is that the Eagles or some shit? I don't know, but like that's what it reminds me
doesn't
of.
have heads. Are those bird heads? Are there two bird heads coming out of her body? Somebody was on drugs, right? Right? Am I? What? I don't get. I do not get the hype.
It's trippy.
Like, and
It's
there's
really
a lot of
cool
Thoth.
though.
There's a ton of Thoth in this deck, which is very cool.
Very cool. It is
Who's
really
Neil Young?
cool.
Wait, oh, that's the song you're
Well, that's
talking about.
Neil
Okay,
Young.
like, wait.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was in the
I was
wrong
like,
spot. Y'all get me. Thank you, Marlena.
Here's the Hanged one. She's doing a forward fold on a floating block over the deck. Like I said, somebody out there understands this deck. It is not me. And what was I tripping on to think I would like this? I have no idea.
Thank you, Melissa. She's like, as a California girl, yes, it is. It's just a vibe.
Like,
it's a vibe. It's a California vibe.
Now, maybe if I was an astrology buff, like big time astrology buff,
I'm
this
not.
would be cool as shit. Maybe.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of just naked people doing yoga. There's a lot of that in here.
I mean, I'm down with it.
I mean, it's fine. I'm not bothered by the nudity. I actually was excited about the nudity because I thought that was really cool and edgy and fun. But when I pull these out on the table to do a reading, I literally just WTF in my head and then nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's like, what am I even looking at? And then I read the guidebook and I'm like, the guidebook's just not good enough. It's good. It's good. I'm being sassy, but like, I just mean it's not enough to get me past.
To get me past, yeah. But you know, there are some like,
you know, wanted to.
I think it's really interesting, and I'd like to sit with some of my I've probably gotten rid of most of those, but like I have sat with multiple decks before, and that whole like lay it out on the table and be like, WTF, like I'm done.
Yeah. And sometimes it just happens and you don't expect it. You're like, this is gonna be so good. It's gonna have so much depth and it's gonna give me places to like get into the grit. And then you lay it out and you're like, well, this
Crickets.
is literally nothing on the
This is
table. And I don't
literally,
know what that factor is that makes it do that. But
I don't
sometimes it just
know.
happens. And it happened with this one. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. And it's such somebody said it's like just a mood or whatever, like, but it's such a vibe. Like it's such a
Yeah.
fun deck. Like I love the vibe. I love the look of
Yeah.
it. It's one that I would love to like set up and photograph. You know what I mean? Like so many
That's
cool
what it is.
things. But
I think there are decks that like come out and they're almost like born of I'm gonna say this, it's gonna sound so crappy. I don't mean to be crappy, but I'm just saying like I do think there's decks that are sort of born of aesthetic or Instagram culture. And they look real cool on the table. And they photograph real cool, or they make you feel cool.
they
maybe
got
I'm
this
maybe I'm
vibe.
projecting all of the fact that I think that about this deck, but like I just think there's decks that like come out of this place of like that thing that that it factor that I just don't get or connect with
Yeah,
or whatever. I don't know.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And you see mine, I'm very sad about because like I haven't even really used it yet.
Oh. Oh no, girl, because I just ordered all the things.
I know.
No, I just ordered this and Children of Ostara.
But you see, I think I might like Children of Ostara better.
I think I might too, and then I had to add on Children of Litha because I have a Pokemon problem, like where I just
I
gotta catch them all. I
know.
don't know why I do that because I know better, but I do it anyways.
But it's so beautiful. Like it really
It's
is.
really it is an animal deck though.
It is an animal deck, and it just doesn't do it. At least not yet. At least not
Wait,
yet.
you have the nameless one? Did you get
I
it?
do.
You got it,
I
right?
did. I got it together. So that's
Okay,
why I
yeah,
did
yeah.
go ahead and add it because it was like she was having a sale. And
Dude,
it
that's
was
what
like,
I did with the freaking Kickstarter. I'm
yeah,
like, well, I can just toss this in. I can just add this on. So I did.
that's the whole thing. And it
It's
is
so beautiful. Her art.
beautiful.
It's
The art is
gorgeous.
amazing. But like, I don't know about buffaloes.
Buffaloes are so
But
cute.
it's
What are you
so
talking about?
it's so beautiful. It really
It's
is.
pretty.
Look at this. Oh my god. It's so gorgeous. But like it's some that like, oh, hold on. Like I mean, I get it and stuff. I love it. It's beautiful. But I just like it
Yeah.
just we haven't clicked yet. And honestly, it's some of the sea creatures. I know this is so strange. As a water baby, and I love water vibes, I'm not always a fan of all the water creatures. I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, there are certain ones I love. Like, give me jellyfish every day. I love me some jellyfish. You know, like, give me, certain things.
Which creatures hit funny for you?
Yeah, they hit funny for me. Water creatures hit funny for me more so than I think anything else. I love this Queen of Cups, though. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm excited to get this one in, actually. The more I look at it, I'm like, ooh.
I love the cardstock. And, like, oh my God, yes. See, like, moths, things like that. Like, I'm vibing. Give me some insects. Give me some mammals.
You're not convincing me that you're ready to get rid of this just yet.
I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. It just doesn't love me back just yet. Like,
okay. So you're giving it more time.
I need more time with it. See, it's just the yet. Because like,
what's the guidebook like?
Huh?
What's the guidebook like?
The guidebook has, let's see if it shows like for like, I want to see what it shows here. So it talks about the animals. It does.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So like the 9 of Cups has the octopus, of course.
Is that a little rhyme? Is that a little rhyme?
That's on the 9.
Why do the 9 of Cups have the octopus? Why? Octopus have 8 legs.
They do.
Thanks.
They do. Let's see.
Why
Putting 8 appendages. Okay, wait. It's one of the smartest, most playful denizens of the deep, putting 8 appendages as eagerly to work as to play. After the melancholic isolation of the 8, the 9 of Cups is the light at the end of the tunnel. I thought it was going to say. And it gives like upright and reversed. And then it has like little poem: a cup for each arm and a coin for each cup. My mood and my prospects are both looking up.
Cup
Let me
for
see.
each arm. That means he would only have 8 cups.
8 cups.
I'm just
I know.
just
Now I'm
saying.
curious. Now I gotta find it.
I've also seen, I feel like I've seen an octopus card on at least one deck that was like, that didn't have the right number of
I
arms.
feel like we've talked about
Tentacles.
it. See, like,
Wait, we must have.
like the hammerhead shark. Like, I'm okay with that, but I don't.
Oh, I love it. I don't know. That's funny. I guess I'm much less.
But my favorite chariot, I love this chariot because look at
I
the
do too.
water.
That's incredible.
Oh,
You really, that's the first chariot card I think I felt that really feels like the sun sign Cancer to me. It's like,
there's
oh,
this
you
one,
got
and
it.
there's another one that does the water in it, and like,
Yeah.
God dang, that's what I want to freaking see, people. That's what I want to see because we're both Cancers, you know. We want to see that
Yes.
water.
Got to see the water.
Okay, another one that deters me. I don't like dolphins.
Wait, hold that close. Is that the 6 of Cups? You don't like dolphins? Who hurt you? Did a dolphin hurt you?
It's such a weird animal to be like, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't like. You know what bothers me the most about the sea creatures and the sea things? I don't like sea decor.
Okay, listen, Danny, here's what's going to happen. You and Jacob are going to come to Canada, and I'm going to take you to the Vancouver Aquarium, and you're going to meet you some dolphins and some belugas, and we're going to fix this.
But you know, like, okay, listen, I'm not going to out anybody, but there is some family member of ours that used to collect dolphin things.
Oh.
And it's a whole vibe that I'm just like,
okay, that I completely understand because that's how I was with angel stuff for a long time. Because
I'm still like that with angel stuff.
don't show me precious moments.
Don't like
it. Or spoons.
I had a precious moments Bible.
You had a
know
what?
I mean?
Precious moments.
Yeah, I was given a precious moments Bible.
That was a whole thing.
That was a whole vibe. I think it's just growing up in the 90s. Okay, it's like I don't want to see dolphins. I don't want to see clownfish. I mean, I like me some Nemo, but like the black and white stripe ones that they always had, the seashells that are everywhere. Like I'm not.
Are live ones different? Like,
yeah, live ones are different.
It's just the depictions of that. You're like
this might as well be on a velvet painting, as far as I'm concerned.
No.
And I like velvet paintings. I'm not being an asshole, but I'm just saying, like, there's something about it that breaks my brain.
I can't. I'm dead. I'm done. I can't. But you're right. That does kind of have vibes back to those velvet posters and stuff. You're right. You're right. I get it.
My brother has a velvet portrait of John Wayne. So. Oh my God. It's just, it's a whole vibe. I can't with it. And that's why I have a lot of, like, because it just reminds me of decor. And I'm not like, okay, Ursula's little eels right here, though. I think of that every time. I do like them. See, this is the kind of creature I want to see. I want to see this shit. I don't want to see dolphins in a sunset.
You need freaking murkier creatures. You need like toads and eels and gators. Piggy says good morning. Morning, honey.
Good morning, Piggy. Well, I'm sorry. We're going on a thing. I'm literally trying to find the 9 of Pentacles. I mean the 9 of Cups. It do have my jellyfish though.
That jellyfish card is so beautiful.
I
love that you're looking for the 9 of Cups for me. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has one sitting above his tentacle. It's caught on the.
Okay, all right.
Just like this one, it's on the sucker, and not really entwined in the hand.
I gotcha. Okay, all right. That's actually kind of a cool card. It's just the thing. It's the 8 for the octopus makes such a great association with the 8 because of the way that they can change and morph. And I'm like, why would you put the octopus, which is literally 8, in the 8? Wait, now I want to know what's in the 8, but it's okay. You don't have to find it now. I'm just curious. I'll find it later. I'm just
That was mine.
But
I'll find it right now, and then you tell me yours.
Wait, Unrequited Love. That was my.
Did you do that?
That was my she-wolf.
Oh, that was that one. Okay.
Yeah. Our next one is like Love Triangle, right? I think it's like Love Triangle.
Yeah, that was the last one. Let me put it up. I'll do that.
I legit have 3 for this because it's a literal love triangle.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
Go for it.
All right. So this is 2 decks.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8 of Cups was the
jellyfish.
But they could have swapped that very easily, I feel.
I feel like 2. Yeah. It's just
but
a thing in my brain.
The jellyfish might not be able to grip anything. I understand the idea of like having and holding, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
Anyway.
I can get over it. It's just like a little twitchy thing. Okay, so I got to pull these all out of their bags and boxes and things. But I have 3 decks that are constantly, literally in competition with each other. Keep them all because they're all workhorses and they all do a really good job. But like when I do a client reading, if I don't know if I'm not immediately sure of a specific like themed kind of deck to pull, I am always choosing on the spot, kind of spontaneously between these 3. My go-to for this is This Might Hurt. So this is my first deck of the 3 in my love triangle. This is my like desert island deck. If I had to like have just one, I know the lighting's getting weird. Peggy was doing something with the fish tank. She was like, glow. But sorry. No, you're fine. But anyways, love this. It's a great all-rounder. It's like this is like what I think other people's like beat up copies of the Rider-Waite-Smith are like. This is mine. But in competition with that is the Unfolding Path Tarot, which also does the exact same job as This Might Hurt. It's just different art. So it's kind of like, now I feel like I'm one of those people that has like 3 different colorations of the Rider-Waite-Smith almost. They all have a good variety of types of people in them. They're all modern-ish and colorful in a different way. I love that. So yeah, Unfolding Path. And then the third one that's in competition as my like primary workhorse is the Tarot of Oneness, which do you have this, Dani?
I don't have any one of those. I got rid of This Might Hurt. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's too modern for me. I don't be vibing. See, the 5th Spirit took that place for me.
That's fair. That's true. It did. Okay. This one is incredible because it's first person. So it's you reaching out to touch this bear's face.
Okay.
Your shadow. Here's your sea creatures again. But then you're the lion and the emperor, and you're going into the maze and the Wheel of Fortune, and you're looking down at the manta ray as the Queen of Cups. It's really cool, and it reads really, really, really well. The first person perspective of this is really special to me, and it brings me into the card. This is like lazy path working, okay? Because it puts you in it automatically. So if you want to understand what path working is like, look at this image and then close your eyes and really be in that space, because it does that work for you in a way. It puts you in the image. And so you can really get a lot of depth from this deck. I love it so much. These are all unique. I think the ones that are the most redundant of the 2 are these 2, but they have a different feel. And sometimes they do have a different feel. This one does lean young. That's the one thing. There's not a lot of age in this deck. This one has a lot more age. And so and a lot more like maturity.
Just the art style. One seems younger, the other one seems more mature. That is a great
page. The Page of Cups. I love it so much. This one does take stereotypes and flip them on their head in a way that I think is really effective and it's not trying too hard. It's doing it in a really natural way. Yeah. And it's so relatable. Like this is 10 of Wands every day, right? I am not going back a second trip to the car. I'm going to haul that stuff up in one go.
I'm a one go girl. If I'm forced, I'm usually mad because it's hot.
Yeah. But these 3 are literally, they all hang on my favorites rack. I reach for them all regularly, and they all feel like they are needed, but they're very much all doing the same job for me, just in a slightly different way. Like they are definitely my love triangle decks for sure. There was no question. As soon as I saw this prompt, I'm like, oh, it's these 3. Like it's these 3. Yeah.
See, and me, I took it like for me, I use a lot of pairs. I use a lot of ones like that, but there are 2 that are constantly competing. And for me, it's one of those like, do I want them both? Do I not want one of them? But I want it. And that's these 2. the Fantastic Menagerie and Les Metamorphoses Tour. I'm in a forever struggle because I love the art, but I like some on one and some on the other. And honestly, I've done a side-by-side comparison with them. I've talked about them quite often.
Yeah.
And I'm still so torn. Like, I still have them both, but I find myself not reaching for either because I can't decide which one.
You know what it is? You need to take away your option. Like, literally put one away and just work with one for a while and see if you miss the other. I think when I was looking at please tell me the name of this artist again because I always get it wrong. JJ.
Oh, it's
Granville?
Granville, not Abrams. Okay. Granville.
Not Abrams. I'm so glad you remember my flub. That's hilarious. But yeah, when I was doing this and I was trying to figure it out, I went through, and for me, I feel like that one, and I did have that one for a bit. I feel like I see the meaning of the cards easier here.
I love the way that the art is depicted.
Yeah.
I am not a huge fan of cold foiling. I feel like I can't see it on the table.
I love it on. Yeah.
I love the feel. I love the look of it. But when it's on the table, I have trouble with it.
It obscures the image. Yeah. It obscures the image. Yeah.
Whereas this, I don't feel like that. I feel like I really get the true art here. And I like the black.
That's your preference.
I do think it is a preference. It really is. Like, the style of this is my preference, but I also love some of the images on, like, I guess I'm torn because I do love the images, but I like this experience better than this one because of the type of cardstock. Like, and it's funny because I usually don't have an issue. This is the same as revival art and stuff.
Revival art, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with it, but this one doesn't feel as good.
Was it as broken in?
I mean, yeah, because like it's still, but like I don't know, just like it feels. It doesn't feel as. It feels slightly different. It doesn't feel as good in the hand. It feels pokey, and like I don't know why.
And the Baba Studios are black core, so they're gonna have that snappy shuffle that's just unique to black core. Oh yeah, sorry. The second one, Artemisium, was Metamorphosis du Jour. So the first one is Fantastic Menagerie, and the second one was Metamorphosis du Jour. Yeah.
This one, the first one. I don't have it in the box, obviously.
It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Les Metamorphosis du Jour. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you though. I feel you for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like you want the tactile experience of one, but the art of the other.
Yes.
Make babies. Yeah.
I want to make babies with those.
Yeah.
Because they're just
I totally get it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We made it!
We did it all. We got through it.
And we're right at 2 hours.
I get up 3 times and still messed it up. To tag. You'd think I couldn't mess that up. I found a way, y'all. I found a way.
But you were prepared.
Kind
sort
of. I had it all written out.
You had it all written out. That's what I'm saying.
It's probably because I pulled the decks at 1 a.m. and I had my list. I'd prepared my list on Friday, and then I opened up my list late last night, and right before I went to bed, and I'm like, let me pull all the decks down. And then I just didn't. I just missed the whole section.
Sleepy Lisa thought she did this tag perfectly.
Correct.
Morning Lisa realized that Sleepy Lisa dropped the ball, and that's okay.
100% accurate.
Because you see, Sleepy Dani just doesn't do it until 20 minutes beforehand.
And then I can't, because when I'm under pressure, I blank on everything I have. I'm like, I look at the wall of decks. I'm like, I don't know what any of these are. I have no idea. Can't remember anything. That's why I have to plan in advance.
See, I just come in here an hour before and I sit on the floor and I just open up all my cabinet and I'll just look at everything. But nothing's in it. Like, I only have like two or three things with bags. I'm giving myself a lot of credit for like, I just have a one box that has bags in it. I don't. I have two and a wall hanger. So
I love it. I love it.
yeah.
This was fun. Whose tag
This
was
was
this again?
really
Tarot Magpie, right?
Tarot Magpie, Taromance Tropes. This was so fun.
This was a
Yeah.
super fun one.
This was very
Yep.
fun.
Yeah. Do this one, Vintage Moon. This is a fun one
Yeah,
to do.
do this one. This one is really
About your
fun.
decks. It's I love doing VRs. They're super fun. So
They are.
this was
And when it
perfect.
comes to these big long ones, I love doing these because I like to hear all the stuffs. And I know we went on a lot of tangents, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This is
Girl,
what
we
we do.
Tangent Town. This is how we roll.
That's how this works.
Oh, you in here. Thanks, Tarot Magpie.
Oh my gosh. We loved it. It was great.
It was so fun.
Oh my God. Thanks, you guys. We appreciate you coming. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe and do all the things that makes stuff. And then we'll be on Lisa's next time. And we just love doing this. We have a really, really, really good time. And so thanks for hanging out with us. And we will see you all next month. I almost said next week, but hey, listen, you never know. We get wild.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Bye, guys.